Hello, my friends. Okay, so what happens when you log into a client account and you see that the bank feed is not connected? Pretty obvious. Usually, the first place I look when I'm starting a reconciliation is here to see what bank accounts are connected or if there's any issues. So, in this case, I see the angry red exclamation mark and that it needs attention. And QuickBooks can be a little bit dramatic, I'll say that. So in this case, we are working on December of 2025. So one of the first things, just a quick tip that I want to do is I see that there's two transactions here that are from November. So I'm going to exclude those because I don't even want there to be a chance that I would get confused or add those. Now, when you exclude transactions, or let's say you excluded something and you realize you excluded it and you didn't mean to, you can simply click on excluded and it is going to list all of the transactions that have been excluded. If you wanted to add it back to a pending transaction or kick it back over to the screen that you wanted it to go into so you could add it to the register, you would just hit undo. It would kick it back to the register. So if I, let's say, went, oh, I didn't mean to, put this Zelle transaction into excluded, I would hit undo. And then when I look at for review, there is that Zelle transaction. So I actually do want to get rid of it. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to exclude. And then what I like to try to do is every once in a while when I'm in a client file, if I see that there's a whole bunch of things in excluded, is to clean up my excluded. Just kind of like taking out the trash, right? Don't need to have them in there. I don't want to get confused. It just cleans things up. So it looks like with this particular client, we have quite a lot that were in excluded. So I have removed them from excluded. So I go over to my for review. I see that it's true. Nothing's coming through on the bank feed. I think it said the last time it was updated was 99 days ago, or at least when we logged in previously, it said 99 days ago. Now it said updated moments ago. So first thing that I always recommend you checking, even if QuickBooks has all kinds of red box errors, which I feel can be a little unsettling, especially to a newer bookkeeper, is click on the update button. Sometimes it's just a hiccup with the bank, and it can actually catch things and it can reconnect. In this case, does not look like it reconnected anything, so we were not in luck with that. But sometimes it does work. So we have no pending transactions in here, and we have a statement that is looks like it's 4 pages long. Not anything crazy, but that's 2 pages at least worth of transactions that we do not want to have to enter ourselves. So that is where my absolute favorite tool called Docuclipper comes into play. So let's take a look. I'm actually going to close out of it altogether. And let's take a look at Docuclipper and how it works. So you just log in by going to docuclipper.com. You probably got signed up through us as part of the Bookkeeper in a Box program. Fantastic. Seems when you log in like there's a lot of stuff going on, and there really isn't. It's pretty simple. So what we want to do is we want to go to Add Documents. We want to add a bank and credit card statement. And then we just click on this upload button here where it says bank statements. And I want to select December for that particular account. And it uploads the bank statement. Now, there is some interesting things that I will tell you about Docuclipper. So with Docuclipper, you're charged. You can see it down here, how many pages we have left. It looks like we have 567 pages left. So Docuclipper charges you by the number of pages that you pay for in your subscription. And you know what, those pages or the use of those pages, it can add up. We're always really careful with excluding the pages that we don't need. And I'll show you, because you pay for every page. It's kind of like, if you've ever had to go into a copy store and make copies, you're going to be really careful because you're paying, God, I don't even know what it costs anymore. You're paying, let's say, $0.25 a page. So you want to pay attention to not make copies of pages that you don't need copies of. So You get to see what is on the page. So this actually has bank transactions. This next page very obviously has bank transactions. This page, though, if we click on it, very big red X, but if we click on it, we can see there's not really any transactions that we need, and we want to exclude it because we don't want to get charged for this page. So we're also going to exclude this page as well. It's, one of those, this page is intentionally left blank pages. All right. So we've excluded our 2 pages that we don't need. Now all we have to do is hit convert. It takes just a moment. It'll tell you less than a minute remaining. Takes just a moment for the document to be converted, and then we'll see all of these transactions here. Now, we're going to make it super simple. We're just going to go to download data. We want to make sure that we select it as a QBO Web Connect download. And the other piece that you want to make sure of is that the correct account type is selected. So Docuclipper gives you 2 choices. You either have bank as a choice or you have credit card as a choice. This is a checking account, so bank is the correct choice. And now we're just going to hit download to QBO Web Connect. And it took like seconds for it to download onto my computer. And now I can jump over to QuickBooks, and right here where it says link account, so it's under bank transactions, so accounting, bank transactions, accounting is here sometimes, or it may be under here if you haven't pinned it yet, but you want accounting, bank transactions. So if you didn't have the correct screen open, you would go here to all apps, up to accounting, and select bank transactions. And that's going to get you back to this screen. And then we're going to use the caret next to link account, and we're going to upload from file. It populates with the correct account. In this case, the client only has 1 account in their files, so not too tough, not too tough for the correct account to be uploaded or to be populated there. If you didn't see the correct account in this box, you can use the caret, the drop down, and select the correct account. But in this case, it does have the correct account. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit upload from this device. We are going to grab the correct Docuclipper file. We're going to hit open, and it is uploaded. Now it will automatically take you, I didn't click on anything, Docuclipper just automatically takes you, or sorry, QuickBooks Online automatically takes you to this screen, which is step 2 in the importing bank transactions. And this screen says, which account are these transactions from? So we're going to select that 8623 account, and we are going to hit continue, and now we are going to hit done. So now what we see is all of the transactions for December. We didn't have to do data entry for those, and we are ready to review and then do our reconciliation.